Guys, I wanted to do a video on ping. Specifically, I wanted to show you how to troubleshoot with ping, but I'm also going to cover what is ping, what's it used for, and then I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot with it. So it's the packet internet groper, and it's used to test connectivity between devices, and it's a command that you type into the command prompt, or if you're on Mac, you type into the terminal. So let me show you what a good ping looks like. So we're going to PCBlue here, and on PCBlue we'll go into the desktop and then the command prompt, and I'm going to ping by typing in ping and then the IP address of PC red right here. I want to test the connectivity between these two devices. So there we go, hit enter, and what do we got going here? So it says pinging 192.168.1.3 with 32 bytes of data. This line is called the echo request. This is what PCBlue is sending to PC red. These 4 lines are the echo replies from PC red. So you can see here reply from 1.3, the size of the packet, which is 32 bytes, the time, this is the latency. And what I mean by latency is the amount of time it takes for PCBlue to send a request to PC red, and then for PC red to send a reply back to PCBlue. That's the amount of time it takes to do that. That's the time, that's the latency. And then the time to live is the number of hops between the two destinations. And a hop is between 2 routers. So in this case, we didn't hop between any routers, so the time to live stayed at 128 instead of going to 127. And then we have 4 sent, 4 received. And the latency, typically with latency, you want it to be between 1 millisecond and 50 milliseconds. Once you start getting up to 100 milliseconds, you really want to maybe start looking at your network, seeing if there's congestion or why there's a latency issue. But between 1 and 50 is usually good. So that's a good healthy ping. This is what good connectivity looks like. So let me show you what bad connectivity looks like. So we'll go into the switch, and I'm just going to shut down an interface. Go into interface fast Ethernet 0/2 right here, this interface, and I'm going to do a shutdown. So now if I go to PCBlue and I try to ping PC red, what are we going to get? So we're going to get request timed out. Request timed out means there's no connectivity between the devices. The requests didn't make it through and the replies didn't make it back. So there's no connectivity here. And this is where your troubleshooting starts. So I'm going to pretend like I don't know that fast Ethernet 0/2 is administratively shut down. I'm going to pretend I don't know. So how do I figure out why PCBlue can't talk to PC red? So what you do is you start at a central point, and then you work your way outward. So I'm going to go to PCBlue, and I'm going to start centrally and work my way out toward PC red and see where the connectivity issue is. So let's test all of these segments and see which one is faulty. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to test the network interface card. You do that by typing in ping 127.0.0.1. That's the loopback address. Or you could type in ping localhost, or I hit enter. So yeah, or you could also type in ping the IP address to the NIC card, which is 1.2, and then you can see our network interface card is working. We have 4 sent, 4 requested, 4 replied. The latency is fine, it's not bad at all, and we have 4 sent, 4 received. So we have connectivity between our PC, or the network interface card, and the network interface card, so we know it's functioning. So now we could branch outward and look further outward into the network. So what's the next stop on the way to PC red? The next stop is switch 0. So let's test the connectivity between PCBlue and switch 0. So with switch 0, I set the VLAN to 192.168.1.4, so I can ping it. So we're going to ping that address, and we'll see what we get here. And there we go, we have connectivity. So we have 4 sent, 3 received. If I did another ping, I'll get 4 sent, 4 received here. There we go. And the latency is good. So we know this segment right here between my network interface card and switch 0, we have connectivity there. So the issue has to be between fast Ethernet 0/2 and PC1. So we're slowly, with a fine-toothed comb, we're just slowly narrowing in on the issue. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to branch out again. We're going to test the connectivity between switch 0 and PC1. So I'm going to go to switch 0, ping PC red. And we're sending 5 packets. And we'll see what we get. And 0% success rate, 0 out of 5. So we know the issue is definitely between Fast Ethernet 0/2 and PC1. So from here, I would do a little bit of digging into the switch, and I would find out, oh, I have it administratively shut down. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's set that interface back. The no shutdown command. And then, so yeah, that's how you troubleshoot on a network between devices, how you figure out where the issue is. You just ping from the central point and work your way outward and go to each segment, each device, and figure out where the issue is. So what happens if I ping an address that's not on the network, and what happens if I try to do that? So I'm going to ping 10.10.10.11. That's not on our network, it's not on our subnet. So that ping is going to go to our default gateway. So what happens? The request goes to the default gateway, and the default gateway says, no, we don't have a route for that address. So they give us a destination host unreachable. If you get a destination host unreachable, that means your network interface card is not on the network, or your router doesn't have a route for that IP address. So that's what a destination host unreachable means. And then another thing you could do with ping is you could check your DNS server. So if I open up my command prompt on my computer, and what you want to do, if you suspect you have a DNS issue, the first thing you want to do is you want to ping the website, the address, ping google.com. So I'm going to type that into my command prompt, and you see I have connectivity, right? But what happens if I didn't have connectivity? What happens if it said request timed out, or request timed out, or destination host unreachable? What does that mean? So the next thing I would do is I would ping the IP address that's associated with that host name. So that IP address that's associated with that host name is 142.251.35.174. This is the IP address for google.com. And you can see I have connectivity. So if I pinged google.com, if I typed it in google.com and I didn't get a reply, but if I typed in the IP address and I got a reply, that means your DNS server is not resolving the IP address to the name, and that means you have a DNS issue. So that's how you troubleshoot a DNS issue with ping. But yeah, that's how you use ping. That's what it's used for. That's how you troubleshoot with it. It's a great tool. I use it every day at work, and it's fantastic. So I hope this was helpful.